Hello, everybody, and welcome to Karen's Stamp Pad. My name is Karen Scott, and I am an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator from Edmonton, Alberta. So welcome this afternoon. Don't mind the mess behind me. I have gone through my craft room and gathered up all of my retired Stampin' Up products, and I have them for sale. So I have been busy doing going through everything and shipping them out, and I figure after all this is over, I can apply for a job at Canada Post because I'm starting to get things down to um, a science now with shipping and costs and that kind of thing. So today I wanted to show you the new one of the suites in the new mini catalog, and it's called Ready to Ride. And so this one is for all of my friends who ride motorcycles, and me being one of them. So my husband and I both purchased bikes last summer, and we're hoping to get out and do a little bit more riding this year when the weather gets nicer. So anyway, I'm going to put my camera down, and I am going to show you some cards that I have already made. And a lot of them are this suite is geared more for dads and for men, but I wanted to show you today how to do a card for the lady riders in your life. So without further ado, I'm going to change my camera setting and show you what we have. So this is the suite in the new catalog. Now, it comes with some really, really nice paper. And I will just hold the camera up or hold the page up rather than pull out my designer series paper. But I think it's pretty cool, and there's a lot of options to do your cards with. So it comes with, this is your stamp set. And it comes with a set of dies that cuts out this motorcycle. Now, it doesn't look like a Harley Davidson, but we're going to treat it as such. And it comes with the dies to cut that bike out. It comes with an embossing folder, and I think this is really, really cool. But let's put those aside, and I'll show you the cards that I have made so far. I have, let me see. No, sorry, I'm just playing around. I'm using here we go. Still getting used to StreamYard. So, okay. So this is the first one. This is one of the designer series paper, and I've cut out the bike. Now this I had to play around with it and figure out how to die cut it, or well, I know how to die cut it, but how to put it together afterwards. So I'm going to walk you through it. I've already pre-cut the pieces, but I will show you how to put it together. The first go at it, I put the seed on backwards or upside down and turned over. And here's another one. And this piece I cut right out of the designer series paper and just put it on. This is using the embossing folder, so that's the look that you get. And Harley Davidson has there's a Harley Davidson orange, so this is pumpkin pie is our closest color to the Harley orange. I've done another one like that. And this is using, again, a piece out of the designer series paper. I mean, you know, you've got your background piece, but this one was cut out. And so all of these have the bikes on them, but just showing you the different options. And then, so what I wanted to show you today was, I thought, you know, that's great for the man in your life, right? If you know, my brother rides a bike, I have quite a few friends who ride motorcycles, and I have some girlfriends who ride as well. So this was my version of a card for a female rider. And Harley Davidson does have uh, some of their gear in with pink in it for the females, and I like that. So I have used in the polished pink. I believe it's polished pink, maybe. Hold on a second. Yes, polished pink. and made a pink bike. I still had some I'm trying to think of the name of it. I've lost it. Hi, Kathy. I can't think right now. The shiny paper. And I have done that as I did with the other ones for the men's bikes. I have used that on all of them. So I have just changed this up just a little bit. I was just working away and decided to pull in some different pink. And so I've got two cards. They're going to be almost the same, only one is using the paper. I can't think of the name. And I've got to find out, because this is going to drive me nuts. I can't go through this whole video. Metallic. I've got brushed metallic cards. Cardstock. And there was some pink, and I believe this was from a couple of years ago, Valentine's, a Valentine's one. We still have the stuff with the silver. So you could do a lot of men's bikes. One of the designer series papers that comes in the package. It had the roses on it. So that's what I thought was what made me think of doing a bike for a female. So we're just going to start off with our basic card base, right? So 5.5, scored at 4 1/4, and a piece for the inside, which I'll just put aside with the envelope. And I've cut out the pieces. Now I'll show you how to put them together. This is, I think my light is, sorry. Hold on. Okay. So here's all of the pieces. And I have done it in the metallic paper. So there's quite a bit of it. You'll need your liquid glue. So here's all of the pieces that I've cut out. Now, each one has its own separate die. So we've got the wheels, and here we're going to take our base and our motor, and we are going to glue that together. So I'm very carefully going to put the glue around after I pull out these pieces on just a few areas. So, you might want to familiarize yourself with where it's going to go first, so that you're not putting glue where it shouldn't be, because it will show. I know these cards aren't for everybody. You really have to have a passion for writing, I think, to appreciate it. I had a couple of years ago the Harley Davidson one. I believe it was Dawn's Stampin' Thoughts. I think she was the one that came up with the stamp set for her $1 million stamp set. Sorry. Okay. So I put that on, and then you can see I didn't put some glue on the tire. Or should I say the rim? Okay. Now you can see the glue on the outside, and that's going to dry. You're going to see it. So I'm saying you got to be very careful. So I've got my rims, and I decided I was going to keep my rims pink. And I'm going to take the tires. So you cut them out, and I cut them out of black. And you can see when you look really closely, you can see the tread on them as well. So I'm going to turn them over, make sure they're both over, and put some glue. I'll do these one at a time. So this is a bit of a labor of love, because it takes some time to put together. And then, sorry, I have the sniffles, so I apologize if you hear me sniffing. There. So now we've got the pink rims and the black tires. Okay. I'm going to flip this over. I'm going to pull in my craft mat, because I will end up with glue all over the place. And that's just me. I've already got it on my fingers, so I'm going to put some glue here. On this part. So Stampin' Up has a fine tip glue as well, and I might have been better off using that, but let's put that on. And then that one. Okay, so you can still see a little bit of that glue right there. So my apologies if I'm out of the screen. Okay. So we've got that. So that's other than this seat, which I almost lost, you'll see it comes, it has a little bend there. So I'm going to take this, just put a little bit of glue on, because I still have some that seeped out here. And you can see where it goes. Here we go. So that's pretty much it for that. I have gone ahead and cut out my paper And I am going, what I did was, because I wanted to, I don't want to waste this paper, I took my stitched rectangle die and I cut out a piece smaller, because I'm going to take my designer series paper and I'm going to put it over top so that I just have the edge. And then what I did was I used this piece to cut out my motorcycle. So it just goes a lot further. So I'm going to bring this back in. Let's put some glue on here and put it onto our card base. So center it, give yourself a little bit of a border. See, we could actually just put that right in there, and there's one option. But I like this designer series paper and I want to use it, so I'm going to take that and I'm going to place it there. I actually think I might, wonder if this piece is smaller. No, same size. I could cut it down a little bit more and showcase some of the embossed paper. Okay. So the next card here, I'm jumping ahead already. I've used glimmer paper. Pink glimmer paper. All right. So here you have, this just needs to dry, I think. So what I'm going to do is bring out one of my stamp blocks and put that down. So while I do that, I think I'm going to take a piece of, I need to do a sentiment. And so I cut, I need to emboss that, I think, to have it look like the other. I'm going to do that. And I'm going to heat emboss some basic black. And I'm just going to put on a sentiment. This one I have happy birthday. I'm going to do my go-to greetings again, which seems to be my favorite as of late. And I'm going to put thinking of you. I have a girlfriend who I have not seen in many years. She lives, I believe it's in Grand Forks now. And she rides. And I think of her often. I see her posts on Facebook and stuff, but we haven't talked in a while. So I think I'm going to send her a thinking of you card. So I used my embossing buddy and my Versamark. Close that up so we don't have any accidents. And find some, I guess I'll have to go with white because unfortunately there is no pink and black wouldn't show up. Ooh, you know what? Hold that thought. I'm going to use my Versamark on here and I'm going to stamp it with black. I want this to lay down flatter. Okay. Pull in my embossing tray. Okay, let's see how that turns out. And so once you can see the powder melting, and it gives it a shiny effect. And you know it's done. A bit more over here. There we go. So give me a second. I'm just going to cut this down because it is a bit bigger than I wanted it. And I don't trust myself to use my scissors and cut. So sorry. Almost cut through it. All right, there we go. So that's done. Now I'm going to take this and I'm going to use my scissors to cut this down. And we have a nice shiny bike. And there are some flames that they have. I haven't put together. So let's do that and let's just adhere this first. And a little bit of glue there. Have that coming out of the tailpipe. Put the black on. It needs a second to dry. So now I'm going to take my Stampin' Dimensionals, put them on the back of this, and we are done this card. So, you know, it does take a little bit of time to cut everything out and glue it together, but not really a long time. And once you get into it and you cut all your pieces, it actually goes pretty quick. So there we have that. Look at how shiny that is. But I love it. And I think any female rider would love it as well. So I will just pull out the pieces for my second card. I won't, it's pretty much exactly the same. So now you've got an idea of how to put this all together. You don't really need to see me doing it again, but let me just pull out the pieces and I'll show you just the difference that I'm and I will take a picture of it when I'm finished, but I use shimmer paper instead. And then I did exactly the same thing, cut out this so that I could use that to cut out my motorcycle, and this nice pretty pink background. So, you know, you'll have a couple of options if you still have some glimmer paper or some metallic paper. Let's just leave it like this, and then you can see. And then here's the other one that I did. If you don't have any of the metallic paper, you could just do it in the polished pink, and you will have a beautiful card to give your girlfriends. So that is it for me today. I'm going to sit and put this card together now, and you know, like I said, this isn't for everybody, but it is for me, and so I had fun doing it and playing with them, and I will move on to something else next week. So until then, thank you for joining me, and I will, you know, hope you have a great week. Bye for now.